Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Innovation and video games, everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Since the beginning of this new gaming generation, one of the things the gaming community, or specific people in the gaming community, have been demanding and pleading for is innovation in our video games. While the rest of us normal people couldn't really give two shits if a game innovates or not, as long as it's a good game, a fun game. Because last I checked, the reason we played video games was for this three-letter word called... what again? Video games are about fun, but a great deal of gamers, most of which are the same people who say the industry is going to shit, that there's nothing quality or good about it, are the same people demanding innovation in our video games, new features, new types of gameplay, just new, original, innovative aspects and features in our video games. To that small crowd of people, I say to them, take the blinders off for just a minute, and you realize video games have been innovating since they were first conceived. People who say video games don't innovate anymore, or that there's no innovation in the industry whatsoever, is a load of shit, to be blunt about it. Hell, most of my favorite games that have come out in the past few years or so have all been video games that have been extremely innovative, that do something different, unique, their own. Yes, there are cookie-cutter generic video games out there, but even the cookie-cutter generic franchises are trying to innovate. They are also trying to do something new with their franchise. Granted, failing miserably at it. Call of Duty Battlefield. There are just as many video games that are doing something new, fresh, innovative. Titanfall was innovative and fun as hell. Watch Dogs was innovative and fun as hell. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor was innovative and fun as hell. A much older release back in 2013, my favorite video game of all time, Divinity Dragon Commander. That game reeks and exhumes innovation. And more recent video games like Evolve, The Witcher 3, Dying Light, Mortal Kombat X, Life is Strange. I don't know where the hell these people are looking that say the video game industry has no creativity or innovation in it anymore. You just have to look to your left, look to your right, just look ahead of you. There are games pouring out of this medium that are full of innovation, full of nuances, originality, and full of, most importantly, and what a lot of people seem to forget, this little thing called fun. No, don't get me wrong, video games are not just all about fun. It's the main consensus, the main feel, the driving point of video games, fun, but they also can be emotional, intellectual, thought-provoking, tear-jerking, life-changing, experience-invoking. But not every game is that or has to be that. You want innovative, powerful storytelling from video games? Then play innovative, storytelling, powerful video games. Say hello to every single BioWare game and say hello to every single Telltale game. You want video games with innovative, different gameplay? Well, that's kind of crazy and unrealistic since video games have to play in a certain way in order for them to be familiar. If we get a game that's vastly different in terms of gameplay, it's going to be jarring and unappealing. You want something that's at least somewhat similar to other games you've played. Just something easy to get your feet wet so you can take on the other complications. If a game is completely different in terms of gameplay, well, sorry to say, but that's going to be a major turnoff to most people. Also, have you looked at indie games recently? A lot of indie developers are trying things new, different, unique. How about instead of demanding innovation from our video games, you actually take a look at the games that are innovating? Now, to play devil's advocate here, as much as games are in fact innovating, there are just as many games, and the game industry itself is stuck in a certain rut. The game industry has the habit of, what's popular, just to make a shit ton of that. I don't think the problem with the game industry is necessarily innovation. The game industry has a ton of problems, but I wouldn't call innovation one of them. Diversity, I would say, is a bigger issue than innovation in the game industry. The problem with video games is not that they're innovating, is that they're not diversifying enough. What has the game industry shown us? If something gets really popular, they try to emulate that popularity and those sales that come from that popularity by making their games more like the popular game. When Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 became as popular as it did, and Call of Duty became as popular as it did, every other AAA video game was trying to be like Call of Duty. When Minecraft got as popular as it did, developers everywhere attempted to make Minecraft clones. When DayZ got as popular as it did, everybody attempted to make DayZ clones. When Five Nights at Freddy has gone as popular as it is, it's getting a ton of Five Nights at Freddy's clones. Do you see where I'm going with this? Innovation, developers lacking innovation, the industry lacking innovation is not the problem. There is a ton of innovation. There are a ton of people coming out with creative and new ideas and implementing them into their games. It's the goddamn fact that everybody is trying to be like the popular kid and not trying to be their own. It's like a friggin' high school competition. Ooh, that guy's cool. We gotta act like him. We gotta do what he does. No! Be yourself. Be your own video game. Make your own video game. Don't listen to the goddamn focus groups. Do you think Notch, the developer of Minecraft, was listening to focus groups? Do you think Infinity Ward, back when it was originally the original good Infinity Ward, listened to focus groups when they made the first Modern Warfare? Do you think the developers of Deus Ex, Half-Life, hell, even Scott Cawthon himself, the developer of Five Nights at Freddy's, do you think any of those devs, any of those people making those video games were listening to focus groups? No! They made the video game they wanted to make the way they wanted to make it. So please, instead of demanding innovation, because honestly, we're getting innovation. In spades and droves, we're getting innovation in our video games. What we're lacking in is diversity, and developers willing to innovate in terms of their creativity and trying to make their game their own instead of trying to copy-paste from what is popular. Don't make your video game just a series of checklists. Game has this, check. Game has this, check. Oh, gotta have that, check. That's not what video games are about, and that's not how they were originally made. That's not how the classics, the greats of the greats were made. They were made like, I have an idea, let's see if we can use our skills at programming and coding and make it real. Video games are a product, yes. Are there standards when it comes to what a video game should be? Yes. It must be a quality product. It must have worthwhile content depending on the price value. It's like that with any and all products, but video games are also a medium. They are also art, and art demands a certain level of respect. Respect for the project, respect for the creator, and respect for the consumer. And the art in question is not required to be innovative or original. It's not required to fill out a checklist. It's required to be whatever the creator wants it to be. Not what the publishers want it to be. Not even entirely what the consumers want it to be. The developers should be allowed to develop their game. If developers were actually allowed to develop the games they wanted to develop, and not be harassed by gamers who actually really don't know what they want. They see the word innovation, they think, oh good, innovation is a good thing, all games should have that, all future titles should have innovation. Instead of looking up what innovation is and the problems that come with innovation, trying to innovate. Sometimes you're trying so hard to innovate, you forget to implement some of the basics. But you know what? I think this video's been up, round, upside down, topsy-turvy, everywhere, from every point of view, and I think the point has been lost. So just let me say this. Those of you saying that there is no innovation in the game industry whatsoever nowadays, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Or you're just looking in the really wrong places. And developers everywhere. Remember why you make video games and why video games were made in the first place. Yes, they're a product, but they're also a work of art, and they are also, most importantly, their main goal, their sole purpose, is to entertain. And that's all I have to say. I'm the Gamertron, this has been a video. If you liked the video in any way, shape, or form, if you enjoyed the gameplay, my commentary, whatever, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below. I don't get nearly enough comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Please leave a comment. And finally, I am the Gamertron. I love video games, I love talking about video games. And if that's something that interests you, please consider supporting my channel by subscribing to me. This has been a video, and I will see you guys later.